super on the block. I'm gonna get you out of there, but you gotta follow my instructions, okay? Okay, great. Yeah, I know my eyes are glowing blue. It's part of my powers. Now, shh. Try not to talk. You'll just alert the bad guys. I'm talking to you in your mind. Just be quiet. Okay, I'm coming in. Hi, I'm Starbeam. But I already said that. Whoops. Okay. Let me untie these ropes and we'll get you out of here. Whoa. These knots are intense. Were these dudes in, like, the Navy or something? Sweet glory. No, I can get them. It's just the fact that I've never seen knots this intense before. It's just gonna take a little longer. There. Got it. Okay, let's get out of here. I've got a safe house nearby where you can crash for a while. Yeah, let's go. Here we are. It's not much, but you won't be bugged here, and you can catch some Z's. Make yourself at home. You'll have to forgive me for not removing the mask. Reasonable precaution in my line of work, you understand. Alright, well, you get comfy. I've got to finish the rest of my patrol. There are snacks in the... My powers? What about my powers? Oh, yeah. No superhumans allowed in the city. Well, the police haven't caught me here yet. The mayor has no idea. Despite the fact that my powers give off light and I work in the middle of the night, no one else except you has spotted me yet. Usually I'm pretty good at getting in and getting out unseen. Got trained by the best. No, not Batman. I wish. No, I was trained by the best that actually exist. Now, my mouth, on the other hand, wasn't trained as well. Born with the gift of gab, will probably die with the gift of gab. Anyhow, get some rest. I should get going. Unless you don't feel safe staying here alone. Which, after what you just went through, is totally understandable. Alright, sure. I'll stick around. It's just as important to look after the one as it is the many. Lie down on the sofa. I'll do some tech work while you sleep. I had some database upkeep to do anyway, that I totally wasn't procrastinating or anything. Do you want a blanket? I'm sure I've got something here. Let me go check. Well, I found a duvet. It's a little deflated, but it's still comfy. Here, get some rest. Oh. Well, I suppose a ramble to calm down your nerves is understandable too. Sure, I'll tell you a story, I guess. Anything you want to hear? Why am I not surprised? Alright, I suppose I should have guessed. Normal people often tend to be curious about how supers get their powers. It's only natural. Some just want to know what can cause a human being to ascend the normal state. Others want to know how to replicate it in order to try and get powers themselves. Which, by the way, sounds a lot like how villains are made. Not always, of course. But doesn't that just sound like a more villainous origin story? Well, yes, I know Wally West recreated the accident that gave the Flash his powers and turned himself into Kid Flash in the comics, but that's Wally. Like, one of the goodest boys ever to grace the pages of a comic book. In my life and my experience, not a lot of people would try to recreate an accident that gave a super their powers and use whatever they got for the good of others. Some would. Not all. Anyway, I'm rambling on the wrong topic. Let me tell you how I became Starbeam. Talk you down to sleep. Close your eyes. Imagine a city. Not a large city. The high-rises don't go higher than 30 floors, and there aren't many of them. Imagine tall mountains in the background, the peaks dusted with white snow. Now, imagine a teenage girl. One who looks like me. Long hair, kinda, sorta, not very tall, wearing a nerdy t-shirt, sneakers, jeans. Imagine her in this city. She's got some friends with her. They're at a mall, but they're not shopping. They're at the food court, having just passed through the mall on the way out of a nerd convention. They're sitting at a table, enjoying some milkshakes. Imagine that while they're doing this, clouds slowly darken the clear sunny day. Imagine the girl that looks like what you know I look like, looking over her shoulder out the window and advising her friends that they should get out of there before it started raining too hard. Her friends don't agree, saying they'll wait. So the girl who looks like me leaves the food court. She goes down to the mall's underground parking structure and heads for her car. Before she makes it, a pulse of blue-white light shoots through the structure. Every car that has an alarm immediately starts going off before being silenced. The girl gets knocked over by the shockwave, lying on her back, alone in a huge underground structure, convinced that an EMP just fried the city and that shockwave has compromised the integrity of the parking lot. Any moment now, before she regains control of her faculties, the ceiling and the cars on top of it are going to cave in on top of her. Which is almost exactly what happened. Save for the fact that on pure instinct, she reached out with her mind, and a small dome of blue-white light blocked debris from touching her. Pure telekinetic energy kept her safe. After the pain of getting knocked over and hitting her head faded, she rolled out from under the debris and it all crashed to the ground. The paramedics found her without a scratch or dirt on her. She claimed to just be lucky. The energy that passed through the parking lot fried the security cameras, so no one could ever prove otherwise. You wouldn't have heard about it on the news, that energy pulse. The mayor and the governor agreed on a media blackout, mostly to prevent widespread panic, if I recall correctly. But between you and me, I think it's because they never figured out who did it, why they did it, and what even caused it. So, yeah, that's how I got my powers. Ever since, I've been doing the best I can with what I have. I was 18 when I got my powers, and in the years since, I became Starbeam. It occurred to me early on that a mask was a good idea to keep the people I care about safe and hinders facial recognition. The rest is mostly just for dramatic effect and a little bit of padding. Usually I do my work from a distance. Oh, and you're asleep. Okay, get some rest. In the morning, I'll escort you to the cops, probably. But before you get there, I'll dip out. They still can't know I'm here. Superhuman ban and all that. But I will make sure you get there safely. And I will make sure the cops follow up on this. When you wake up, I'll actually tell you all of this. And tell you not to tell the cops about me. One day they'll find out. But it can't be now. Good night, you brave civilian. Get some rest. I promise no one else is going to hurt you tonight. I'll be right here working on other things. Don't mind me.